I know I'm here to entertain people and make people happy, and that was
Yes.
stripped away from me, and I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
But then you had a revelation, I'm sure, that you could still make people happy. And
Well,
you will make people happy.
It was going to speak to somebody. It was being honest about how I felt. It was coming to terms with the situation. It was no longer dealing with anger. It was I had to kind of flip it and understand. And I know people are thinking, going, what did you have to understand? It's none of your business what I had to understand. I had to figure it out. And for me, it was about the disappointment and the lack of support from cast members,
Compassion.
from, friends, from production, from companies that I had helped build and made a lot of money for, who literally within 24 hours just
Gone.
And they were there laughing. They were there enjoying the fun. They were, and it was at that point when I got to that really bad dark spot, and Scott was, we were trying to figure it out. I was going to therapy. I was talking to somebody about it. But actually Scott had to call and beg some people to come out and publicly say, knock it off. And those were cast members. He had to beg them.
Wow.
To come out and say it.
Are there any cast members or any people from your past who were there?
Yes. There were, and I don't want to
you don't have to list them.
No, I'm not going to list them because I'm not here to go, meh, that kind of stuff. But it was, there were cast members, yes, who from Torchwood, from Arrow, who were right there and going, this is ridiculous. But there were also cast members from Torchwood, from Doctor Who just said nothing. And it bled into our world, our convention world, to the aspect of that I would go to conventions, and some convention promoters, again, wouldn't have me. But the people who I'd always done photo ops with, duos, signings, and all that kind of stuff, and done the panels with, all of a sudden, that whether it was their reps who were saying, don't do it with them, but they did not have the guts to stand up and say, no, this is ridiculous. We're going to have him still. So that was the disappointment. Yeah. And that's interesting because I have always been that person. If you called me anytime, even in these 2 years that we haven't really spoken, or you called me in 6 weeks and said, I need help with something, I'm there for you. I am there. And what upset me most was that people who I would have been there for at the drop of a hat were not there.
And it wasn't something like you were convicted. There were these allegations that were, people were bringing you to court. There were it was an article, right?
It was an article, yeah.
And these people are jumping on the fuck Barrowman.
Well, but also they're creating things that never happened. I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what I did. And like the other day, someone said I left Polaroids all over set of pictures of my genitals for people to see. That's an absolute lie, right? But,
It was my genital. That's why I know you're telling the truth.